Hey there, Griever Gang. Welcome back to Griever Productions. Day 5... I nearly said 4. Day 5 of the Killing Voice reaction videos. And I'm here with Stray Kids. So this is one that's been recommended to me for a while on a multitude of different videos. Again, long before even asking for Killing Voice reactions to do. So I'm keen to have a look at this one. So I suppose nothing to do but to get into it. So nothing more to do than to get into it. So before we begin, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help. If you have not subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you did so. A special shout out to our Patreon members listed here. If you would like to get onto this list, there will be a link to the Patreon in the links below, and there's more ways that you can help at the end. So without any further ado, let's have a listen to Stray Kids performing their Killing Voice video.
Let's go!
Alright, captions are off because, let's be real, they've been bad.
Killing Voice. Yeah.
드디어 왔네요.
야. 좋아요. 인사 한번 드릴게요. 네, 인사드리겠습니다. 하나, 둘, 셋.
Sorry, give me one moment here before, so I can give this my full utmost attention. Alrighty. There is something very interesting to me about the amount of groups that almost, like, introduce themselves in a form of harmony. Like, it's not. They aren't doing this melodically, but they are so in tune with music and what they do that it almost is. Like, listen to that again. Almost is. It's strange.
저희가 또 컴백을 했는데요. 킬링 보이스와 저희 컴백 앨범 모두 많은 관심 부탁드립니다.
예스. 부탁드립니다. 자, 멤버들 준비됐나요?
예. Let's go.
오케이. 주세요.
Turn up.
몇 분이세요? 10명이요.
네, 손님.
어서 오십시오. 이 가게는 참 메뉴가 고르기도 쉽죠. 시켜도 오감은 만족하지. 다시 지나가던 나그네 비둘기까지. 같이 가마 끝까지. 귀한 소스 맛으로처럼 의미를 걸리기만 해봐. 피색의 바람에 머리처럼 담아도 자극적이고 I want it 그 담은 겨울 때까지 온갖 cause batteries 경계 따윈 없어 마치 창조화된 소리 나듯이
다 새롭게 Because we're one of a kind 누구도 따라 할 수 없는 양안길 시작부터 다 우리 것 돌아간다 해도 결국 다시 찾게 돼 들키가 쉽지 않네 지금부터 시작해 이 맛에 다 데려가가 이게 우리
This is cool. This is very interesting. Okay. Interesting kind of things going on there. This gentleman here, funnily enough, I love that really harsh tone that he has when he's like belting out the notes, belting out the songs, belting out the words. There's almost a. I'm not entirely sure of the technique on this. Hang on, that's so strange. I lifted up, so I'm still wearing my Dream Theater shirt, right? But I kind of like lifted up to this to around that point, and it looked like it was blurred out. Like it looked like something was on my shirt that I'd blurred out in post. I promise I haven't done that. Sorry, that distracted the heck out of me. I'm not entirely sure if this is exactly what happens here, but it sounds to me as if it's a very similar approach to how like vocal fry works, because it's almost that gruff back of the throat effect that's in addition to the spoken word. But I would love to know if there's somebody that is more in the know about that sort of thing than I am. Please do let me know, because the last thing I want to do is be saying the wrong thing on that. Something that I've mentioned in all of the Killing Voice videos, I'm noticing that in these ones specifically, there's been a lot of vocal in the track that they are singing to, which I have no issue with. The only issue that I have is that I'm not seeing who is singing, if they are singing at any one time. So they may be singing harmonies at the same time, but I can't give credit where credit is due. And that does disappoint me a little bit. But also, the obnoxiously large pop filters and microphones that these guys have makes it really hard to, again, give credit where credit is due. But, keeping all of that in mind, let's go ahead and see what we can
완전 귀여운
look
친구 한 명
at.
데리고 왔는데 그 친구 목소리 완전 죽이니까 예쁘게 봐줘.
Let's go.
적당히 척다들 힘좀 빼. 짓고 있는 미소들은 say like 풀리면 다 똑같지. 너는 내면 so good. 쟤는 굴려내. 정신이 간신히 잡채. 눈 한 번 깜빡이고 빼. 다시 세상이 정한 정상인 코스프레 준비.
Mashup, mind blow, 정신은 backup. prototype 내 속엔 언제나 freaking monster. 유행 같은 친절함은 셔리 지난 rotten. 내 통수에 다 시원하게 욕해도 다 먹어. Green, 순진하게 마음보다가 크게 다친. 호의가 계속되면 걸린 줄 아는 toxic. 이론이 돌지, warning.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 Maniac.
핑핑 돌아버리겠지.
Maniac, Frankenstein처럼 너는 Maniac. Maniac.
I thought I was going nuts for a second here. Is this one of the songs that was in the Beat Pella? Is this one of the ones that was in the Beat Pella medley? Because I'm like, I've heard this, and I started to go into this spiral of, have I reacted to this already? And I think that might be where it is. Oh my god, this guy's voice, man. There is something incredible about that tone.
나서 빠진 것처럼 웃어 Maniac. 핑핑 돌아버리겠지 Maniac. 비정상 투성이 진짜 Maniac. Maniac. Hey.
Sorry, I do need to go back and have a listen to that voice again. What in the heck is that?
이론이 돌지, warning.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 미쳐 Maniac.
Oh, it's not as low as you think.
Maniac, Frankenstein처럼 너는 Maniac. Maniac.
That's interesting. It's not as low as it sounds. This is going to be a weird comparison to make, right? Because they couldn't be more different. There is another singer by the name of Kenny Rogers. Now, I was about to say a lot of people that are watching this probably won't know who Kenny Rogers is, but I definitely do have a very interesting demographic of viewers. But Kenny had this incredible range. It was actually a very high vocal range, but he always made it sound much lower. It always had like if you were looking to perform one of his songs, you could never underestimate how high it actually was, because he made it sound much lower. He made it sound much easier than what it was. And I feel like that gentleman has a very similar, I nearly circled somebody that wasn't the person. I'm losing my mind today. Has a very similar, I don't want to say style, but very similar presence in their voice in terms of that effect of making it sound deeper than what it is. It's very interesting.
Maniac, 나서 빠진 것처럼 웃어 Maniac. 핑핑 돌아버리겠지 Maniac. 비정상 투성이 진짜 Maniac. Maniac. Hey.
무슨 사건이죠? 무슨 사건이죠?
이게 말이야 사건 발생 잊지 못할 사건 치명적인 매력에 홀라 땅 빠져 자꾸 나를 자극하는 넌 출처감는 문제야 고백할 때 숙제야 내 남편의 boyfriend 너를 대하는 태도 거짓 한없어 no cap 널 얘기하고 싶은 말로 가득 찼어 my case 완벽한 표정 말해도 부족해
I'm losing patience 걷잡을 수 없는 emotion 떨리는 이 모습 I never feel right 수많은 감정이 충돌해
The harmony work is impeccable.
that deep inside my head you got me bad
무장해제
신속하게 내게로 moving on my way
See, the harmony work is absolutely impeccable, and I want to give credit where credit's due, but I don't know who's doing it. That is
So I
right.
keep getting attracted. 자석같이 끌려가.
Yeah, it's not as low.
This reaction 이거밖에 1, 4, 3.
Why do I keep getting attracted 네 모습만 떠올라 I cannot explain this emotion 1, 4, 3 I love you
is he doing?
삶은 밑바닥 낭떠러지 어두운 터널 속을 걷고 있어 내게 잔인하고 두려운 하루를 홀로 버티고 있어 아무것도 없어 날 위한 속이는 걱정 하나 없이 차가운 말들 뿐
어린 꿈은 좀 접어
포기란 말들이 내 길을 들어가면 절망감만 희망이란 하늘을 주변 사람의 손으로 가린다
날 살려 기도하며 버티고 있어 날 째려보는 다가온 시선들이 시성하지 않을 만한 자들 같은 누군가의 관계로 바뀌게 남을 넌 가수라는 지금은 집어쳐 그 말을 들으면 약해져만 가는 내 자신을 멈춰
낭떠러지 어두운 터널 속을 걷고 있어 내게 잔인하고 두려운 나를 홀로 버티고 있어 손을 내밀어도 날 잡아줄 사람은 아무도 없어 내 아픈 내 눈물을 타고 위로 빠져나가고 있어
Oh.
I wanna elevate
Okay. Hang on. I need to see how this gentleman approaches this again. This gentleman not only has a very, very good control over his chest voice and his falsetto, but the gear change in between that is almost non-existent. Like it's a relatively smooth transition. It's definitely not. It's not the best that I've heard in these videos, but it is good. It is very good and deserves to be commended regardless. But getting into that mixed voice there, I can see why this part here is part of the most rewatched, actually. There's a section over here as well, but there's a significant viewership spike in this area. I think it's this. That part in the mixed voice. Crazy done. Crazy well done. Because that transition between head voice and chest voice is going to definitely sound more clunky. That's just the nature of the beast. Getting into the that mixed voice from where he was in the chest voice, it didn't sound like there was any transition there at all, which is phenomenal. And he's got so much control up there. Like, I would love to see just how high he can get that mixed voice, because it sounds like there's more there. For sure. It definitely sounds like there's more of a range there for me in that mixed voice specifically. So I'd love to hear him go higher. But also, it is a case of if you can't do it, like, for those that are singing, that are going through their own singing journeys, never push your voice to the point where it feels uncomfortable. As soon as it feels uncomfortable, say something. Like, if your teacher asks you to do something and it's creating discomfort, bring it up. And if they say to you, oh, just sing through it, get a new teacher. Unless there are other circumstances, like it's like you've had like a ruptured vocal cord or something like that that is obviously going to create some form of discomfort, then obviously control it. Just thought I would preface that. But try to make sure that you're not killing your voice. No pun intended. Okay, the way he gets in there is very, very interesting. Actually, is he doing a mixed voice? I think he might. I think he's doing a mixed voice. Hang on. Yeah, definitely.
네, 여러분 이 곡은 찌찌뽕이 아니고 칙칙뽕입니다.
Boom, boom, chick, chick, boom.
동동한 세계 저 점도 만천에 재빠른 계획도 허점없이 완벽한 판도에서 중천의 플랜대로 기본 Scope this life is regular 승리를 너무 과시같이 배불러 할게 없기 때문에 둘러 우리 노쇼로 나머진 전부 nil I'm strong Yeah 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 yeah
되는 건 없이 I do it
Do it
Put on my trigger I can't dance I'ma pop 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 take a shot yeah Shoot down my girls on my one night cycling
That I love when people play with rhythm. I love when groups play with rhythm.
되는 건 없이 아투해 Put on my trigger, I can't dance I'ma pop, 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 take a shot Yeah, shoot down my girls on my one night stand
The pop, pop, pop there, that was really cool. I actually really liked that, and I want to hear that one more time. I need to hear it again because I think they added a harmony in there.
되는 건 없이 아투해 Put on my trigger, I can't dance I'ma pop, 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 take a shot
Yes.
Yeah, shoot down my girls
There is a
on my
harmony
one
added
night
there.
stand.
Just a subtle one, but that's good.
Boom. Hit you like a truck, I'ma make you fly. Ramos, I know that you want it. Boom. Lobos, we cannot stop pounding. Boom. Ra-ta-ta-ta, I'ma make it. Boom, boom. Shake, shake, boom, boom. Vamos, I know that you want it. Boom. Chaos is so catastrophic. Boom. Ra-ta-ta-ta, I'ma make it. Boom, boom. Shake, shake, boom. Give it the pago drum, my bullet. Go sang, 이건 나 vida loca. 이건 the shot. Give me the pago drum, my bullet.
God, this has got some rhythm to it.
이건 나 vida loca. Boom, boom. Shake, boom, boom. 오창빈.
So far, something that I'm really liking, okay, is so far what we've seen from this group, and it is still early days in this video, is this combination of pop and R&B. But I want to say that whilst other groups have done this, right, they have had both. I don't think the others have really leaned hard into both, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like a lot of the times it's been pop with a little bit of R&B influence, whereas with these guys it feels like there's the pop side that they go balls to the wall with, and then the R&B side, which they go... Or did I say the R&B side twice? You know what I mean. Whatever I did there. Basically, they go, like, full-blown into one or the other when they kind of switch it up, which I think is really interesting and kind of sets them apart from a lot of the other groups. It's food for thought. Definitely food for thought.
오창빈 아니라니까요. 어? 이 노래를 듣고 제 이름을 오해하지 마시기 바랍니다.
What's your name?
소리를 지르는 내가 창빈이란다. 내 자리는 내가 취한다. 태도는 터프하게.
Sorry, can't. Hang on.
이 노래를 듣고 제 이름을 오해하지 마시기 바랍니다.
What's your name?
Alexander Hamilton. Sorry, that's where my brain went. I'm so sorry. Even the intonation of it was the same. I couldn't unhear it. Oh, God. My brain is everywhere today. Good Lord.
소리를 지르는 내가 창빈이란다. 내 자리는 내가 취한다. 태도는 터프하게 되기를 폭주하는 기관차. 마친 허리케인이 뒤집어진 우산. 에이 잔소리꾼이 치워. 우리였구나. 나무꾼은 어서 돌아가시오. 여기 나무랄 데가 없네. 납작해질 리 없는 콧대고 핏대와 함께 세운 주택. 훨씬 더 웅장하게 내는 경적 소리.
Here they come 악당무리의 뜨거운 피가 떠올라 온몸에 번져
Hang on. Go back.
내는 경적 소리 Here they come 악당무리의 뜨거운 피가 떠올라 온몸에 번져
I love that guy's tone. There's something so how do I word this without it sounding negative? Because the descriptive words that I have just don't sound good. Like there's a harshness but a beauty to it. It's hard to explain.
Here they come 악당무리의 뜨거운 피가
Okay. There's something that he's doing here which is interesting.
떠올라 온몸에 번져
I need to hear it one more time. Okay. Yeah, you see that tension in the neck there? There's better ways to do it. I don't want to sound like I'm bad-mouthing this guy. I don't want that at all. There is definitely a better way to do it. So, from the sounds of it, a lot of his placement is here. And it's putting pressure here. If he positioned it back a bit, you wouldn't have that tension. It would just the only reason that I'm bringing this up is for longevity of the voice, because the last thing, you don't want tension here. But having said this, it may also, by doing it that way, while, yes, longevity, I believe it would be better, there is always the chance that it, what's the word? Not negotiates. Compromises on the sound that he's wanting. So, it's a bit of give and take.
Man, I'm not sorry, I'm dirty.
Musically, this is brilliant.
Keep it talking when I'm playing by the rules.
다들 조용.
Welcome to Killing Voice ASMR.
Is he using subharmonics? Is that what's going on? Is that how he's doing that? Is that how he's using his voice? So, for those who don't know, subharmonics are what people like Jeff Castellucci of voice play do to get those super low notes. It's something that I've tried to do in the past, but it's really difficult to do. It's definitely not something you can just pull out on the fly if it's not something that you've practiced time and time again. The interesting part to me is that he sounds to my ear that he's using subharmonics, but isn't as low as you would think. So, look, I'm not going to explain it as well as Jeff Castellucci does. If you want a tutorial on subharmonics, you go to Jeff. Like, the way that he explains it, I'm pretty sure it's still on his YouTube. The way he explains it is absolutely brilliant. It's like you are singing one octave, and then you add, like, almost like a vocal fry type situation here, and what it does is it plummets it down the octave below. So, by that logic, he's singing the octave higher than what the subharmonic comes out as. Is that what's happening here? Or am I just overthinking it? I may be overthinking it. It wouldn't be the first time.
다들 조용.
Welcome to Killing Voice ASMR. Yeah, let's go.
ASMR. Is that what he's doing? Or is he just adding fry? I think he might just be adding fry, and I've overthought the whole thing. Entirely possible.
Open wide, have a wine, make it mine all the time.
Why did he sound Australian?
Make it mine all the time.
Make it mine all the time? Is how he sounded saying that, right? Like, that sounded like an Australian accent, right?
Make it mine all the
Just not something you hear often.
Counting stars, I feel the light. Open my eyes in the darkest night.
Oh, he approached that much better. He approached that much better than the last time. I love this. This is cool.
Open wide, have a wine, make it mine all the time.
I think he's just trying.
In the kitchen, Michelin, irresistible. Feeling prime, state of mind.
Finger licking, yeah, we cooking up a Super Bowl.
네, 이번에는 스트레이키즈의 쓰레기 3종 세트 노래입니다.
See, that's something else as well. Every song has been incredibly different, and I really appreciate that, and I always do with these groups. And that is something that I really sincerely enjoy about these Killing Voice videos, is that They definitely give you a varied, I nearly said a varied variety, which is the same word. It's basically saying the same word. It's like saying chai tea. It's like, it's TT at that point. Or naan bread. It's bread. Anyway, yeah, they give such a variety of styles within the Killing Voice videos, because it is so hard sometimes on a first listen to a group to really get an idea, especially with guys like this, right? Because, like, if I had listened to that last song, I would, my brain would automatically expect that same, or at least something similar for the next song that I went into. But hearing all of this, it's like, wow, you really do not know what to expect. And I really like it.
할마다 털어놓은 상태 서로 안 맞았던 걸로 포장해
사실 너를 만나는 중에 있던 사람도 눈에 들어왔던 게 나의 죄 무슨 일이냐고 물어보는 너의 목소리를 들었을 때 절레 신경 쓰지 말라고 말했었던 난데 그 말을 받은 내가 더 신경 쓰여 다 깨져버린 추억들 속에 널 찾아 붙잡아 봤자 너의 눈물만 뚫려
Nice. Man, there is something about this gentleman's tone here. I could listen to this guy for hours, you know. There is something so smooth, so calm, and like, almost safe about that voice. Like effortless sound.
화가 풀려 다시 돌아갈 수 있다면
다음 곡은요?
Yeah, this song is about very bad situation.
Oh my gosh, no, that's
열좀
not
식혀야겠는데
good.
이거?
That's very bad. Let's go, Sumi.
시계바늘 소리가 티키타카 침묵 속에 어색한 기류가 흘러 가진 이유로 내게 찔러있는 눈 펜 속에 아주 얕은 맘으로 비켜줄래 다른 말을 꺼냈을 때 슬픔이라기보단 누려나게 돌게
That's you, thank you right now
그래 우리
Yeah, we gonna break together. 서로의 같이 매일매일 들을 불태워. 이제 모두 나김없이 벌어도 우리는 왜 없어? 그저 속 타는 마음을 지켜.
그저 내게 신경 꺼 추억 속 여기서 그만 밖으로 나가줘 그래 너도 남김없이 버려다 다시는 왜 없게 일단 속 타는 마음 좀 시켜
So that's something that I want to bring up as well. I'll bring that up at this point because I just said that the gentleman third from the right, I believe it was, had what sounds like an effortless voice. And I know that there are some people that would hear me say that and go, well, he's putting effort in. Yes, of course, right? What I mean by effortless voice, something that we kind of strive for as vocalists is to make something sound easy. Basically, think about anything that Celine Dion does, right? Whether you like her or hate her. Anything that Adele does as well, whether you like her or hate her. All of the notes that those two women hit, actually even 90s Mariah Carey, and I'm going to specify 90s for obvious reasons, but the kind of goal is with the songs and why those songs sound so incredible to people and why they are so revered and why you don't see many people covering a lot of their songs successfully. And don't get me wrong, there are a few, but people tend to kind of steer clear of them usually, is the fact that they make what they do sound so easy to do. They almost inspire you to go, I can do that. Fact of the matter is, you may never be able to, because every voice is built differently. Voices will be able to hit certain notes and that sort of thing. But the goal is to take what you can do and make it sound as easy as humanly possible to do. When you reach that goal, once you reach that level of vocal mastery, vocal craftsmanship, musicianship, any of the above words, then what you're going to do will sound naturally simple. And that is when connection happens with the audience. And all of these guys, all of them, have very, very good voices that make what they do sound much easier than what it actually is. For instance, I like guy on the far left, that vocal tone that he uses, the control that he has, it sounds much lower than what it is. If he was singing up an octave, which I reckon he could probably do, it would sound lower. It would sound a lot easier. All of these guys here I haven't heard much of him in like a mid-voice range or anything like that, but I've got a suspicion he'd be able to do it. But literally for the rest of them, right, they've all at some point hit either some form of insane note in a mixed voice or head voice or something like that, and the transitions between the voices, they sound incredibly effortless, and that is the goal. That, to me, is the idea of good singer. There's nothing worse than going and seeing somebody sing a song like, let's say My Heart Will Go On, right? And you can see the pain in their face as they try to get those notes out. It is uncomfortable. You feel their uncomfort. It passes through the people in the audience. So what I'm saying is these guys are doing a phenomenal job of making it sound much easier than what it is, doing very, very well. All right, let's keep going.
이번엔 썸만 타고 싶은 놈. 안 되지 그거.
이상한 놈이네.
너무해.
이 관계를 정의하지 마. 사랑은 모르겠고 좋아하는 사이. 간단히 정서가 실선의 차이. 알잖아 지금 내가 말하는 vibe. Hey!
놓고 싶은 너는 근데 나는 너만 지금 널 좋을 거니까 서로 부담 떨고 지금처럼 그런 상처도 덜을 테니까
춤추자.
Fall in love, with love, this feeling better 'cause it's enough, enough. Keep it this way. Fall in love, with love, this feeling, babe. Yeah, I love it, I like it,
I like it.
That was...
this way. Fall in love, with love, this feeling, babe. Yeah, I love it, I like it.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean by that effortlessness? Like, there'd be nothing worse if you was sitting there going, like, you know, you know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful. It's really well done.
Feeling, babe. Yeah, I love it, I like it,
I like it. I like it like it. I like it. I like it like it. I like it. I like it like it.
이제 쓰레기 끝난 거야?
And the harmony work is so good. I just wish I knew who was doing it.
이 구역은 관계자의 출입 금지입니다. 출입하고 싶다면 스테이가 되세요.
You wanna come in?
야치고 이제 들어가 저번 거니까 심 이제 몸 편으로 퍼래 감당한 데 빠지지 맞아요
해고하기 여차 참 뻐근한 거 잡히고 마음대로 제가 누구라도 헐크고 눈 밝혀라 밤새 허물었던 행을 끌어모아 밤새
달라 보여 모든 게 완벽해지는 이 순간 두 눈앞에서 펼쳐지는 판타지 네 목소리가 터지도록 외쳐 넘치 할 시간 따윈 없어
Hey! Come shine down. Hey! 관계자의 출입 금지 여긴 backdoor. 관계자의 출입 금지는 수락 가능해요. 스테이 위에 출입 금지 여긴 backdoor. 관계자의 싶다면. Yeah.
Man, something I'm gonna say right now. Let me know if this is right. So far, right, we're a little bit beyond halfway into this Killing Voice video, and I'm already looking at these guys going, I would actually go and see them. This is a group that I would actively go and get tickets for. Now, the reason Do I understand a lot of what they're saying? No, God no. You guys know that I'm not multilingual by any stretch of the imagination. But I would want to go and see this. Now, the reason for this is I feel like it would just be a bloody dance party. And that would be really just an interesting day out. That would be a vibe, wouldn't it? Like, that would be crazy.
힘들지 않아.
여러분들 거친 천물 속에 뛰어든 여러분들은 이 노래를 듣고서
산을 넘어 산 넘어 강을 넘어 강 넘어 산을 넘어 섬의 강을 넘어 뻗어단 넘어게 도점
Let's go! Let's go, Felix! Let's go!
힘들지 않아.
I need to hear that.
단 넘어게 도점
Let's go!
Okay, so here's the thing, right? There is, if you're going to yell, right, there is a technically correct way to do it. And I know that that sounds funny. There is a technically correct way to do it in so that you don't just blow your voice out. As long as he's doing the vocal fry part of the technique properly, he yelled with proper technique. I just can't comment on the vocal fry part because I don't know very much about it. So rather than just blowing your voice out in like an angry yell, it's more of a controlled, vocally, a vocal note that you're essentially hitting with proper technique, and it still has the same sort of effect. I think he did it perfectly fine, which really caught me off guard. That was great.
Let's go!
Also, did you see how far back from the microphone he had to get?
뻗어단 넘어게 도점
Let's go!
Like they would not be like, I've got my mic here, right? You can just see the little pop filter that's on it. Like I'm about, okay, so I'm that far away from the mic, right? Whereas he had to move all the way back here. Do you know how much volume you have to put on in order to actually have the volume come through at exactly the same way? Like I can gauge it because I'm literally looking at a audio input capture thing. But that really caught me off guard. That's brilliant.
Let's go!
힘들지 않아. 거친 정글 속에 뛰어든 건 아니까. Okay.
Going higher 다음 도시 속에 빌딩들 내려보며 fly all day. Let's go!
하여 저 위로 갈래 하여 더 높이 날래 하여 저 위로 갈래 하여 더 높이 날래
처음이라서 방법이 없어 처음이라서 당돌해봤어 처음이란 게 무기가 됐어 처음이라서 다 독 벗어도 어디 한번 깔아봐라 결국에는 살아남아 어떻게 살아남아 나라 함정 따위 깔아맞지 내가 세게 더 맡아 나라 모두 깡총
Oh, it stopped? That was quick.
Everybody Stray Kids Woo! One, two, three 힘들지 않아 거친 정글 속에 뛰어든 건 아니까 I'm okay 하얀 도시 속에 빌딩들 내려보면 fly all day Woo!
I was just trying to see, does he have one ear in or has he got none in?
재밌네.
Okay. The reason that I ask, and it's interesting that they've, so usually you'll see like one or two people with these in. So what these are an in-ear monitor, and I got these because their sound is really good, and it also helps me explain some things. So basically, what happens is when you've got these in your ear, they do a couple of different things. What happens is you use these now as what used to be called foldbacks. So foldbacks used to be these speakers you would put on the front of the stage so that the singers could hear themselves, and basically what would come through the foldback was more or less the vocal first and foremost, with maybe a little bit of the piano or a little bit of the guiding track, whatever it may be. And they used to create issues. Basically, foldbacks were the best and the worst, and the reason that I say the worst is because of feedback. So if you've ever heard that awful feedback noise, it's usually caused by a foldback. And what and what feedback is. So I'm going through the microphone, right? If the sound gets then converted to electricity, the electrical signal goes through this into my little audio interface. Now, if there was a speaker at the end of that, and my voice was then getting transferred into a sound wave again, and then coming out of the speaker, and then that sound from that speaker came into the microphone, that's how you get that feedback loop, that awful ringing noise that nobody can stand. Worse than nails on a chalkboard type stuff. But these have eliminated a lot of those feedback issues because they are literally in your ear. They're not loud enough that the mic can usually pick you up. Usually. Sometimes they can. But what basically happens here is that you might have your voice, you might have, again, the guide track, you might have a little bit of guitar, a little bit of piano, whatever. In this particular case, you would have how many members are there? Hang on. 3, 6, 8. So there's, yes, I did count that right, yeah? Okay, 8. Yeah, there's 8 members. So you might go, look, like if it were me, right? I don't think anybody has had to necessarily take their cue off the gentleman on the left. So I might go, look, have all of the vocalists there, maybe bring him down a little bit in the mix just so I can hear him and get a cue, but the rest of them would be more important for me to get like a harmony work. As an example, right? As a very basic example. Another thing that these do, and something that they are really good for, is that they are completely noise cancelling because they create a complete seal in your ear. So, basically, while I have these in, a lot of the stuff that happens around me, I have no idea. Like, I could have my dog in here, and they'd be barking, and you'd probably hear it through the microphone more than I would be hearing it through here. Now, the reason that this is quite good is that you've probably seen videos of singers in the 90s, usually like your 90s divas, early 2000s divas as well, putting a finger in their ear and like having having headphones on one ear and then holding their ear with the other one, something like that, something to that effect. And the reason for that is that when you block your ears, if you do it now, you'll see what I mean, and then you just speak, your voice is different. Now, what you're hearing is the vibrations in your own head of how you're speaking or singing, right? So you've got the combination of you're hearing the music, but your voice is louder to you because of the vibration in your head. Not necessarily just because it's coming through these. You're also hearing that, don't get me wrong, but you've also got that. And it helps you to hear yourself. Sometimes people do take one out so that they can hear what's happening around them. Now, I would be interested to understand why some of them are using one and not two in this scenario, because I would assume, and I could be wrong because I don't exactly know how they go about doing these things, I would assume that their tracks are coming through here. So, I don't know. I don't know how like what the benefits are in this kind of thing. So it's just interesting to me to see so many people in this group with one out. But you know, to each their own. Everyone has their own preference.
재밌네. 엑스야 살살 가자. Yo, Felix. You ready?
Gave up my youth for my future. I just want to rise up, stronger. Swim now.
Is he Australian? No, seriously, or is he Australian, or is somebody trolling me? Because that was Australian, is what that was. Future. I just want to rise up, stronger. That's Australian.
I know it's gonna be lonely Cause everyone keeps turning me down. Countless new surroundings. Cold eyes keep looking me down. I'm still in the crowd, alien of the town.
Oh, that harmony there is brilliant.
When we get to live a life I know, I'm ready to take that chance. No matter what they tell me, I cannot explain this feeling. Yeah, this path was meant to be my dream. Look back the options, prove my best, and always pursue eternally.
I told you, I knew it. I knew it. I knew he had more. I knew he had more. I called it, didn't I? I called it. Holy crap!
Feeling, yeah, this path was meant to be my dream. Look back the options, prove my best, and always pursue eternally. No regrets, I love this feeling. Down on these roads, going the social path.
That's brilliant. Can I just say, do I go as far as to say this? Do I go as far as to say this? I think I do. Of all of the male vocalists that we have seen on this channel, I think he may just have done the best transition from chest voice into mixed voice of anyone. There was no noticeable change. You can just hear that tonal change. Like, that's just something that's going to happen naturally. But I need to hear it again to be sure. On the word, was it eternally? But eternally. The way he goes into the chest voice there. Holy crap. Well done, sir. Also, that's not an easy note to hit. You can tell that he was setting himself for that, though. Like, he was physically getting himself ready. And this is the thing. Music is a full body experience. It is. It 100% is. And my guy knows how to do it. Good Lord.
어딥니까? 그걸 아직도 모르면 어떡하나?
Brilliant.
여기가 어딘데요?
여기가 바로
여기서 특별시 수많은 기적거리 느꼈지. 가려진 별들 사이도 오르는 별.
별난 같은 우성이 변함없지. 변화하는 거니.
거리마다 거리적거리는 girl.
Clean it up, get back.
거만 거지르는 텅텅 깡통. Kick it.
Swimming and spinning on Subharmonics. Luxurious like common S class. Best on the best on first class. I'm up about that.
Okay, and then I have to admit that if it's not the best, comes very close to being the best from head voice to chest voice as far as transitions go. This is very good.
Kick it.
Swimming and spinning on Subharmonics. Luxurious like common S class. Best on the best on first class. I'm up about that.
He may have transitioned into all three. He may have. I'm not going to go back again, but that if he did,
World so high, I'll be the shining day and night. They wonder how much ballet is so bright.
Counting stars in 별 unknown. That's me. In my part.
the harmony works crazy.
We got punch up. Get class in a tip. We got punch up. Bitch, punch don't bring none of stuff.
Alright, what's next?
신곡.
Oh my gosh.
야, 신곡이다.
세레모니 이거. Singles, are you ready?
아, 노래 좋다 이거.
Hey.
Yay.
Hip hip. Hey. Hip hip. Hey. Hip hip.
We are moving forward.
more with maximum power, and we're gonna dominate popping. 장식하지 being a stopping.
Hell yeah.
수많은 topic. No one, nobody can stop me. 수많은 너가란 돈 닦기.
Jump up, jump up like a pop-up toaster lift. Working all time, that ratio got us going worldwide. Thirsty day night, they put us in a desert but we survive. Busy keeping our light, oh like that we're getting all the spotlight. Listen to the world cry.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hip hip.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Ceremony.
Hip 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 hey.
Oh, ceremony.
Hip 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 hey.
자, 여러분 오늘 딩고에서
Again, another musical change. This is interesting.
이번 저희 발매된 카르마 앨범에
Like more into the country rock sound now.
많이 들어주시고 스트레이키즈도 많이 좋아해 주세요 좀. 비오세요.
Remove the country. I said it sounded country rock to begin with. Now it's like 90s, 2000s rock. What did they call that sort of era of rock? Hang on a second. Okay, so I didn't know what to Google, so I've gone to ChatGPT, which I don't like to do. And they're saying that it's like power pop. I don't agree. But it's like it's that kind of band like Cheap Trick, like bands like that sort of era. Early pop punk maybe? Yeah, maybe early pop punk.
Everybody!
Mess up in my head. 못 같은 일상에. I mess up in my head. 못 같은 일상에. Let's go! I mess up in my head. I know I messed up in my head. Will it ever change? 대체 왜 이러는지 모르겠어. I messed up in my head. I messed up in my head.
GG!
야, 감사합니다. GG. 안녕.
많이 봐주세요.
Really good. Very, very good. Very good. All right, let's go to final thoughts. Okay, look, I really sincerely enjoyed that. These guys were really good vocally. Again, I'd love to know who was doing like the harmony work, that sort of thing. If you guys know of any live videos where you can actually see who's doing harmony work and that sort of thing, that would be great. I would love to see that. I love that these guys, again, were not leaning into one specific type of music. They were doing a bit of everything, even with like that last song being more along that sort of pop punk sort of 2000s vibe. And then, as I was mentioning before, I feel like of all the groups that have kind of done both pop and R&B, they tend to lean more along the pop line, whereas these guys, they leaned into both, but I feel like they did lean a little bit more into the R&B stuff, at least at the end there. Something else that I noticed that I found interesting is that if you were to go back through this, you can hear a point where it's almost as if the voices warmed up and were more, I don't want to say stable, because there was no point where they were unstable, but they were definitely more controllable and more easy for them to control, and generally sounded better by the kind of, I want to say, the second third of it. up until the end. So like a third of the way in, you can kind of hear the voices getting more warmed up. So I'd be interested to see or hear if they have a warm-up sort of regiment, or if they even warm up at all. I know that some singers don't. I try to where I can, as long as it's not in an awkward place to do so. You know, sometimes there's like a dressing room and it's right next to where all of the audience is, and I don't want to be warming up in there while audience can hear me, especially if somebody else is singing. You know what I mean? So that there's those very rare occasions where I don't, but I believe that it is absolutely worthwhile for a multitude of reasons. First of all, you sound better up on the stage. Second of all, less chance of doing damage. As I've said on many a video, the only way to guarantee that you don't lose your voice is to not use it at all. So, there's the arguments for and against that, of course. But genuinely, I thoroughly enjoyed these guys. As I was saying, these guys sound like the kind of guys that I would go and see. I wouldn't be up near the front by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think I could handle a crowd like that, he says after being in a Dream Theater concert. But I would be happily at the back somewhere in one of the nosebleed seats, watching and observing and seeing how they interact with the crowd, because I imagine a lot of those songs would be massive crowd involvement. And the fact of the matter is, that helps a lot. If your songs are that easy to translate to a live setting, even if you're changing them in a live setting to be a certain way, to have that crowd involvement, you're going to have the crowd in the palm of your hand. Like, 100%. That's just what happens. But anyway, that's all the time I have for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe, do all that sort of thing. And I will catch you next time. All right. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what we did here today, for as little as $3 Australian per month, you can join us over on Patreon and become one of our tiered members and join the wonderful list of people here. If you're into gaming, I also have a gaming channel that I have recently gotten back into. And also, on this splash screen, you might see something a little bit interesting. More news on that coming soon.